Do you feel fulfilled? Are you satisfied with where you are in your life? Are you achieving your goals and loving what you do? Are you making the kind of money you feel you deserve? If the answer to any of these is no, I have some good news for you. It doesn't have to be this way. My guest, award winning author, coach, and as he puts it, recovering mathematician, Howard Sambol, has some answers for you. Howard is a life fulfillment catalyst and is the author of the best selling book, Craft Your Genius Life. He's helped thousands of people create successful money making businesses and live dream lives that they truly love. Welcome to the Dream Power Show, Howard.
Well, I'm excited to be here. I mean, I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Well, I am too. But before we get started, I just want to ask you this question. What is a life fulfillment catalyst?
Oh, well, that's a great question. It's somebody who, well, of course, a catalyst suggests somebody who's present, facilitating some kind of shift or transformation through their presence, and of course, techniques as well. But someone who facilitates or empowers people to create a life of fulfillment. And a life of fulfillment is more than just the material success, but it includes creativity, deep satisfaction, and feeling like every day is just a beautiful new adventure of discovery and possibility.
You would think that we all would have that because it's but something we all want. But why do you believe, or what is it that you think stops people from achieving their goals and achieving what they
Well,
want?
I would say that Debbie, I would say that the number one thing is not believing that they can have it. Beliefs, of course, always dictate everything, particularly the deep, subconsciously held beliefs that we don't consciously know we have. The another theme that I often talk about is permission. Like people have different levels of permission of what they can be, do, or have, or even what they can know, or even what they can say. This is all, of course, ties in with belief work. So in life crafting, we work at a very deep level to shift beliefs, to open up possibilities, and then we help people engage with their creative self and their playful inner child, which opens up the magic, creates the possibility of the magic. Then we get super pragmatic and super focused and get everything aligned so that they can live in alignment with their purpose and also make an impact in the world, which of course leads to profit and money and success. When you give value in the world to others, then you receive. It's the law of the universe.
Yeah, isn't it funny that when we're kids, we don't think about these great life issues. We just go out there, we do
That's
what we
right.
want, and we just do it.
Right.
So you help people achieve that same childlike
Yeah.
enthusiasm.
Yes, absolutely. There is a wonderful childlike innocence and wonderful playfulness that one of my greatest joys in my work is to see that reignite, to reignite in people, to awaken in people. Okay. So, to use an example, one of my clients right now is a Virgo with a very, very strict, super strict upbringing, do it right, do it exact, always critical, etc. And yet she has this beautiful spirit, but it's been, pushed down for so long. So now we're working on getting it out in the open again and having fun with it.
Okay, well let's dive deep into it. Obviously I don't want to, betray any, names or any
Oh, no, no, no,
anonymity,
no.
but
I would never,
but
never.
how do you do that with a person like that?
Well, it's a combination of different skills. And let me just say this also, Debbie. The word skill is interesting because to the average person, the word skill is external, like carpentry, computer programming, plumbing, but I have expanded the word skill to include internal skills. Most my philosophy in life is that nobody is broken and nobody needs fixing, but people are lacking in mastery, in personal mastery related skills. So the first thing we do with somebody is get them to be aware. Awareness is always the first step. Be able to have access to what we call their witness or observer self so that they can see themselves and all their experiences from that sort of dispassionate and compassionate place. Then they can enter into mindfulness practices of noticing, allowing instead of pushing, forcing, striving, trying to use their will, just more in an allowing space. Then we begin to work on beliefs, and we can begin to identify specific limiting beliefs that have been literally debilitating. And we have methods for shifting those beliefs at the subconscious level. So now there's this beautiful ripple effect, like the rock in the pond, boom, 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 and you can see all the new changes. Now, while all this is going on, we help the person clarify their life purpose. Like, why are you here? Why did you come to this planet? Not anything like what's on your resume. We don't really care about that. But getting to that inner place of truth and passion and awareness, and also your unique genius. From that emanates, extraordinary awakening and awareness. And then we take the last step, which was how can you create extraordinary value for others while doing something you love? And the answer to that question leads inevitably to their ultimate business, where they make money doing what they love and they have their greatest contribution to others. That's just a short little version of the recipe.
Yeah. Drawn back to the whole idea of self-limiting beliefs. And a lot of times you would tend to think, oh, well, we get those beliefs because of something terrible that happened to us in our
No,
childhood.
not
And
at
the
all.
truth is
Not
it's
at
not
all.
necessarily that. So can you
No,
elaborate on that a little bit?
a great example that I use is the example of a man who has a boy who he dearly loves, and he starts him out at age 3, 4, telling him, son, life is hard. You just have to make the best of things. And he keeps repeating again and again, life is hard, life is hard. And the father truly feels that he's helping his son deal with life the way that it really is, so he's not in some, a panacea or some fantasy. Meanwhile, the boy is absorbing this more and more. By the time he's 8 or 10, he has no conscious recollection that his father indoctrinated him in this belief. But if we fast forward to age 40, now the man is struggling with so many things and has no clue whatsoever why. Unless somebody comes along and grabs him by the shoulder and shakes him and say, you have a limiting belief. It's time to wake up. But that invariably does not happen. And so that's why it's sad that people will tend to just live out these beliefs, these unconscious beliefs, and not really even know they're there.
Yeah. But the good news is that once you realize what that belief is, you
Once
change
you
it.
open the doorway, it's kind of like, to use a computer analogy, if you wrote some computer code 40 years ago and you didn't have, and you saved the file in an encrypted file, and there was no debugging tool, so there was no way you could open the file or read the file, and you couldn't debug it, then you would have the equivalent of people's belief systems. In life crafting, fortunately, we have the debugging tool, and we have the way to open the file, to read the file, and we can teach you how to do your own debugging, which is empowerment, not helping, rescuing, or saving, but empowering people so they become their own master in working with beliefs, and they become their own master in bringing forth their genius and their love into the world in
Yeah.
whatever way that form that takes.
Yeah. Do you find that there's like one belief that's common, the most common one, or is there
I
many?
would I would say there's probably about 5 or 10 that are extremely common that we encounter as we peel the onion down. We keep seeing them. Because I'm not good enough. There's something wrong with me. I can't something fill in the blank. No matter how much I try, I can't fill in the blank. Some version variations on those.
Mm.
I mean, and whatever. And I'm no one really loves me. I mean, even though they might say people won't this or they won't that, but if you peel that down, it always comes back to I'm not lovable or people just won't love me.
Mhm. But that is fixable.
Oh, all of it is totally fixable, and in a remarkably short time frame and remarkably simple kind of way. Once you have the key, and you can open the door and you can actually see the beliefs, and you cannot judge them, have lots of love and compassion, see them, and then just be fun and creative in transforming them, then it's a good analogy is like Neo in the Matrix movie, when all the things are, like all reality is like plastic and it's all movable and changeable. It's kind of like that.
Something that I see that holds a lot of people back is fear. How do you address that?
Fear is a function of beliefs. It's still a function of beliefs. So to give your audience an idea of how we work with the question might be worded like, what would somebody need to believe in order to be afraid of X? And you then substitute X for wherever there's a fear. And what happens is that you keep running the same question repeatedly over and over again, and you fill up a page of all the possible beliefs that could cause a person to have fear of something. Invariably, what happens, there's going to be a few beliefs on the page that have some emotional charge to them. You zero in them quickly, and you know exactly the culprits, the beliefs that are causing the most damage that need to be shifted.
Yeah, it seems also that you're asking the kind of questions that people never get asked
No,
in
they
their
know
life.
exactly. They never ask. They don't know how to ask, and that's really I guess one of the greatest benefits in our program is that just these simple skills. They're incredibly incredible. And like I said earlier, to mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Just aware and a notice. Just to notice and let go of judgment. Be aware. Because meditation, what is it? It's focusing your attention, noticing when it drifts, bringing it back gently. So if you live in a mindfulness state, you live the same way. You notice, you allow, you accept, and you keep your attention focused where you want, because your attention is what creates. Your attention is the tool of creation.
How can I get in touch with you and learn more about you?
Oh, absolutely. Well, my email address is howard@lifecraftingprogram.com. And I welcome emails from you, really, or anyone in your audience, just to chat or ask a question or set up a no cost like discovery session, whatever. One thing we did not discuss in our session today was cryptocurrency, which is a whole other dimension of life crafting. So people can check in with me on that if they like. Yeah, so that's a simple way to get in touch. I'll respond, or someone on my team will respond promptly with links and with other things.
We've been speaking with life fulfillment catalyst Howard Sambol.